Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Rhoda here. Okay, it's been so long. Hope you all had a nice Easter weekend. Today I am bringing you this wonderful smoky coconut flavored coconut jollof rice. Of course, it's smoky, it has all the coconut flavors, and it's just wonderful. Anyway, these are the things that you're going to be needing. Okay, please, just to assure you, all the ingredients will be listed down below in the description box, so check that place to see that and any other information you're looking for about this video, and probably links to other videos. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is to clean my vegetables. Of course, before cooking this food, at this time I had finished going to the market and I bought some groceries. So in the process of washing my vegetables and all the things that I bought from the market, I was also making this food. So that's to tell you that I didn't use every single thing you're seeing here. Okay, so when I'm done cleaning my tomatoes, okay, onion, garlic, and long chili peppers, okay, I put them in a baking tray and drizzle a generous amount of olive oil all over it. Okay, you can put anything that you want. Okay, you can even put green bell peppers and all that, and put that in the oven at the highest level. Okay, um, and then just leave it to smoke. And while that happens, I'm going to make my meat and fish stock. So what I'm using mackerel and mid joint chicken wings. Okay, they are below under the fish. All right, so and you're just going to season that with all the seasonings like your seasoning cube, okay, your thyme, curry powder, some onion, and then grated ginger water. I don't like chewing into ginger in my food. Okay, I don't like biting into ginger pieces in my food. So this is what I do when I use ginger. I grate it and then I rinse it out. Okay, squeeze out the water and cook my protein with it. So you can use any type of protein that you want, like chicken or beef or turkey, even duck. If you do eat duck, you can also use pork if you like. So for here, I'm using mackerel and some chicken wings. Okay, the mid joint chicken wings. All right, so it's time to break the coconut. You definitely need a coconut for this, okay? Or if you don't want, you could buy canned coconut milk, okay, packaged coconut milk from the market or from the supermarket, wherever you from your store, okay, your grocery supply store. But for me, I like making my coconut milk fresh, okay. I love it when it's freshly made by myself because I know exactly what is there. Now, if you do buy the ones from outside, make sure you buy the type that doesn't have xanthan gum, okay, or any, what's it called? There's another one, any of those thickeners that make them really thick. Okay, you don't need that thickness for the jollof rice, otherwise your jollof is going to come out all mushed up. So please, make sure that you buy the ones without any form of thickener. Okay, so what I'm doing here is that I've cut open this coconut and I am bringing out the water. Okay, so I mean, it's not really hard doing this. That I'm used to doing this since I was a young girl, but sometimes you just um, move on and forget about stuff, right? So, yeah, anyway, that was just a sidetrack. Where did that come from? All right, so here I am going to crack up the coconut. See, if you watch, I reserved the water from the coconut water. Okay, the milk is going to come from the skin, okay, when we blend it. But what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be using this coconut water to blend the coconut skin. Okay, the things you see me taking out and putting in the bowl, right? I'm going to be using the coconut water so that everything is going to be very coconutty, right? Is that even a word? Coconutty. All right, see me dancing, do my little dance because I conquered the coconut. Yeah, that was a dance of victory. So when I finish, okay, cutting up the coconut, I just clean up everywhere, and then I take my water, coconut water, and I cut up my coconut into tiny little bits. And when I've done that, oh look at that. So this is the point where I add salt to the protein, and then I add some extra water to generate more stock for cooking the jollof. Okay, anyway, back to what I was saying. When I'm done, okay, I'm done with everything, I've cleaned up. Now, after cutting up the coconut, I'm going to use that coconut water that I set aside to blend the coconut. I just love that it gives it this extra deep flavor of coconut, okay? Yeah, rather than using just ordinary water, that's what I'm going to use to blend the coconut. And if I still need to maybe wring out more water from the coconut, the fiber that's been blended up, then I'm going to add some extra water. But for now, I will use just that, yeah, the coconut water. So when I'm done blending the coconut, I pour it out into this big sieve and I try my best to wring out every drop of milk from the chaff, right? And yeah, here I'm using a spatula, but I will also use my hand, okay, my clean hand, to make sure that every single drop of milk is wrung out from that chaff. So when I finish doing that, I'm going to pass the milk through a finer sieve like this. I usually use this for coffee, that's why it has that brown color. So yeah, and here's our coconut milk. So right now our proteins are ready. The chicken and the mackerel. So what you see me, drizzling over them is barbecue sauce. I'm just going to use my cooking brush to make sure that every single thing there gets a generous amount of barbecue sauce. Okay, so when I finish doing that, I'll put the chicken into the air fryer to just smoke it up a little bit and dry up some of those moisture, the juices that are remaining. Yeah, we usually like eating our meat, a little bit crunchy. Yeah, all the time. So that's what we usually do. So when I steam to get stock, and after that, I transfer things to the oven to, make them a little bit crunchy, the meat and the fish. So that's what I've done. Why I separated them was because the tray there wouldn't be enough space in the oven to contain all of them, so I put some in the air fryer and I put the other one in the oven. And so now the tomatoes, okay, and the peppers and onions that I roasted are very done. You could also see some burnt parts. That's okay because it's part of the smoky flavor. So I blend everything together into a very smooth, thick paste. I also prepare some tomato paste, okay, canned tomato paste. You have to make sure. So what I'm making here, right, is 4 cups of basmati rice, not basmati, sorry, sona masouri rice. This one is thicker than, basmati rice, but it's just as good, if not better. Okay, so make sure, depending on the type of rice you're using and how long it takes to cook, okay, um, and also your quantity, right, that would determine the amount of tomato paste you use. You can actually skip it entirely if you would like to use everything fresh. For example, add more tomatoes and chili peppers, and that's fine. So now I put some oil on fire, add some onions, and then put in some curry powder and put in my tomato paste and just keep stirring until everything is broken up into tiny pieces. Now, when my tomato paste has finished, disintegrating and broken up into tiny little pieces, and I'm going to add my blended roasted mix or roasted blended mix. I'm not sure what is the order of adjectives here, okay? Anyway, forgive me, that's my profession. I'm a linguist. So yeah, I will just keep stirring. It's a stirring exercise from now on, guys. You need to keep stirring. So I have covered my pan because I don't want the tomatoes splattering everywhere, but even at that, once I take it off, it always splatters. I've also added some nutmeg and a little bit of seasoning cube to this seasoning powder, okay, to the sauce, and I will keep stirring. Now the seasoning are up to you. It's at this point where you add all those seasoning, and as you can see, when when the oil starts to gather on top, you know that the tomato is nearly about done. Okay, the sauce is nearly about ready. And because I smoked it already, I don't want to keep frying. So I add my coconut milk, and I've also added every other thing which I didn't show you, like all the remaining stock from the fish and the meat that I boiled. Okay, I added them here and I just spread everything together. Put my pepper, close it up, put salt and taste for seasoning. Okay, add salt to your taste. Don't forget that you've already seasoned the meat broth, so you need to be careful when you add. Preferably, please make sure to taste before you add extra salt. Now it's boiling. Look at that. Doesn't it look luscious? It's so luscious. It's so yummy. Okay, it's time to add our thoroughly cleaned rice. Okay, we've washed this number of times before now, so now I add this and I'm going to stir it once and cover it up and lower down the heat, allowing this to get done. Now after about 10 minutes, okay, I stir again. you know this pan is really awesome because once it gets some heat, it starts to heat up everything. So what I'm doing here is that I've used a baking paper. I always do this for my jollof. It's very important for me. Okay, it helps make all the rice grains cook equally. Okay, so I will use this to cover it up so as to stop as much as possible any steam from escaping from the pan. Okay, and I'll take that off after about 10 more minutes. Okay, and now this rice is almost ready, but I'm going to say it and allow any under moisture to go downwards. Okay, can you see that? Is anybody hungry in this place? Please line up and put your plates. I want to serve. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and tap the notification bell, okay, to get notified on new videos, because I'm back here, right? God has been so gracious to me and I can't wait to give out all that I have. All right, so see, my chicken is smoked nicely and the fish and everything, and I just pour everything on top and our food is ready. It's piping hot, it's delicious, it is smoky, it's coconutty, it is everything. Okay, there are so many. I have like lots of ways that I can make jollof rice. Okay, and I'm happy that you stayed up to this point. This was really a simple recipe, it just takes time. All right, see you next time in my video. All right, love you, bye.